What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Slabstock Sunday show here on the Slabstock YouTube channel as we look at the PWCC Weekly Auction, our partner's 93rd Weekly Auction. Super pumped to be here. My name's Aaron, joined by Julian. Julian, how you doing, sir? Busy weekend for you.
Very busy weekend. We had a women's soccer game here in Madison. First round of the Big Ten tournament. So we were top 3 seed. So got it done. Went a little longer outside in the cold weather. So it was quite cold by the end. But won in PKs, did good. Had the Wisconsin football game obviously yesterday, and a lot closer than I thought it'd be, but still not a great result.
I thought I was going to end up tuning out of that game by like halftime to watch the World Series, but honestly, that game I stuck with it all the way until they scored that last touchdown with Marvin Harrison Jr., who's an absolute stud.
Oh my gosh. We had him, I think it was like 5 targets, 0 receptions, probably towards the end of the first quarter. And I'm like, no way this is happening right now. Yeah. And sure enough, he finished with like 123 yards.
Yeah, no, he really went off, and we picked him off like 3 times, I think it was that game. But yeah, MHJ is just too good. And after watching the Packers game today and seeing I know you probably didn't see this, dude. 10 drops, I think, was the number between tight end and receivers.
I saw the final score. And I heard Kirk Cousins also tore Achilles.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins is 99% sure out for the year. He's just
Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not a Vikings fan, obviously, as a Packers fan, but I do think that Kirk's a good guy, and I oftentimes he's on my fantasy team, first of all. Good thing I traded for Joe Burrow. But I just feel bad for anyone that ends up in that situation if you are on an arch rival like that. He's good, and you hate to see that for someone. But let's go. Jerry's in the house. We got SCP7 in the house. Joel, DJ Quicksilver, Tony. Good to see you all, and anyone else joining tonight. Thank you very much for coming. But I know that Jordan Love looked way better week 1 than he has the rest of us. I know that someone might come in here and clown myself for the Jordan Love support early in the season. I have to say this. Any first-year starting quarterback that's given the youngest receiving core in the NFL, their like average age is like 23 and under, is just set up for failure and a terrible offensive line. These dudes are awful. He's under pressure all the time. 10 drops in the game. Like, his stats were already okay. And the one interception he had, Jalen Reed, whatever his name is, caught it. And then they just gave it right to the Vikings players. Like one of those plays, where they got it ripped out of their arms, but he should have just secured that thing. I mean, he had it in his hands. So
yeah man, I was pretty impressed with him, just how he started the season. So I think that kind of inflated the expectations for the team, because people thought that, okay, they can compete in the division, but
yeah,
it's expected. He's no Aaron Rodgers struggled with like this team. And
Aaron Rodgers was bad last year. Aaron Rodgers and Devonta Adams hid the failures of this coaching staff for years. This coaching staff is garbage, especially the D coordinator, especially the play calling. It's terrible. And the fact that no veteran receivers are brought in to work with Jordan Love is a shame. And also, Jordan Love has to work on some things. Like, his deep ball is super inaccurate, either long or short. It's generally not on the money. So he's got to fix that over the offseason. But, honestly, I think if we can somehow be bad enough to get into the Marvin Harrison Jr. sweepstakes, I'm taking Marvin Harrison Jr., drafting an offensive lineman in the second round, and seeing what Love can do with MHJ while also going and signing a veteran receiver. Christian Watson stinks. He's terrible. He shows no fight. He shows nothing out there, and he's made of glass too. He's actually terrible. I'd trade him for a 4th round pick today. No one's gonna give us a 4th round pick for him. Probably even a 6th round pick. I'll take. He's trash, man. And Dobbs is okay though. Dobbs had a teasing game. But there's my Packer rant for the week. And the Bucs was awful tonight too. Oh my gosh, the Hawks didn't miss any shots, and Dame had 6 points and 6 turnovers. Dude, tonight's game was terrible. I watched the first 3 quarters, and I couldn't watch the 4th. It was so bad.
Really?
Dude, I don't basically, Julian, I'm pretty sure the Hawks shot 60% from 3. We instantly got in a hole, and then the entire team was just pressing and making turning the ball over all the time. And it was, just not it. Not it at all.
No, that's kind of shocking.
Yeah. And other news,
I can't really talk because life as a Bulls fan is really bad right now, really, really bad. Levine somehow scores 51 points, and we still lose by, I think it was 16 to the Pistons.
Man, that's tough. I got to give a shout here to our guy, Tony. So Tony's in the house. He graded a couple cards through our SGC service, our SGC group submission service. And it looks like he's got a couple of cards already listed in the auction. Not ending this week, but I'll give an early shout out to Tony here. He's got the Cole Caulfield SP Authentic Future Watch autograph, one of the best cards for a given hockey player. Autograph number of 999 in an SGC 10. Congrats on the grade and congrats on the card, because as Greg was talking about last week, Cole Caulfield, after absolute studies, got 4 goals and 5 assists on the year already, a +3 in 8 games. Really nice stats from Cole. And so congrats on that for sure. And then I hope you do well in that. And then also Mr. Elias Pettersson, who, as we talked about last week too, had a very good start as well. Although I do not see that one, unless you're talking about a different Pettersson. I guess I typed in Elias, but either way, good luck. Yeah, I don't see it, Tony. You might want to check on that, just make sure it's actually submit for grading, unless it was maybe the OPC Platinum Auto. That's PSA grade. I'm not sure though. But anyone else has cards for sale, please let me know as well, and we'll make sure to highlight them a little bit throughout the night. But for the first part of tonight, I want to take a little bit of time to look at some cards of some players that are actually trending in the right direction. Obviously, there's a lot of cards that are not as much as they were earlier in this year, even a couple months ago, but there are some cards that are doing very well. And Julian, have you been seeing what this man right here has been doing? Luka Doncic.
Oh my God, he's so good. It's just crazy. There's parts of his games in past years that I haven't been a huge fan of, because sometimes he's a little whiny. I feel like he's gotten a lot better with that. But just either way, offensively, he pulls out stuff where I'm like, he'll do something. I'm like, there's no way he can one up this. And that game winner, like, that's like a circus shot. Like, he just like threw it up one-handed. He's so good. I just hope the Mavericks don't completely waste his potential, and they actually, it seems like they're heading in the right direction of trying to get guys like Kyrie Irving around him. But he's such a good player, man.
Yeah, Luka is quite incredible. Of course, all the early season hype is on Wemby, as it's his rookie season and just, phenom type prospect coming to the NBA. But Luka really showed who was boss that game. He then scored 49 in the next game against the Nets. He's a beast. And yeah, I gotta say, I was pretty turned off from his whininess and stuff like that. And I feel he's always complaining. But honestly, he's kind of winning myself, I think, other fans over right now. He is pretty funny dude, actually, in interviews and stuff like that. So it's hard to not, like him and give a smile here and there to what he's saying and doing, of course, on the court. But Max says, "Where's the mustache gone, Julian?"
There were too many girls trying to get my number, so I was like, I need to shave it off.
Things that didn't happen for 500, Alex. Just messing with you. Good excuse though. So about Luka, this Mojo Auto BGS 9.510. This is the rookie from 2018 Prism. I actually really like this card. I think it's a pretty sick image
cool
there.
Card, yeah.
Of course, all Prism rookie autographs are stickers. For the life of me, I can't. I know that they're probably doing this to try to balance out their sets, honestly, but the fact that they can get on-card autographs in the optic, well, I'm sure it releases a little bit after Prism. It just kills me why they can't. If this was an on-card autograph, this card would be way bigger than the non-autos, in my opinion. It's a nice card though. It's at $8,500 pre-buyer's premium. So I went and did some research. This card sold right here on the PWCC Weekly back in April for $7,500. This card's already nearly touching 10 grand, just about. Next bid puts it over 10K after buyer's premium, and it's really wild how a player that I think a lot of people just saw as I'd almost say obviously Zion had his part and John Moran had his part, but he's kind of like the spokesperson for the market boom. I'd say Luka Doncic and the basketball cards flying up in price during COVID and thereafter. To see the cards rebounding in some form, I'm not saying it's all cards of Luka. It definitely isn't. There's obviously stuff that's worth more than that is not worth the same now. But something like this, a rare piece, that's clearly going to sell for over $2,000 more now than it did back in April. That's a good sign, I think. And Julian, I'm sure that you've seen some of this maybe in other markets, maybe not basketball, but performance matters. I just texted you about Marvin Harrison Jr.'s market. Talk a little about Bowman Chrome University football and how that's happening.
For sure. And I think, this is it's probably would still be a good idea to hold it, but it's the perfect time to sell as well, because these guys come out flying out the gate, and it's kind of expected. Luka's going to drop a decent amount of money. So, I think this is a good time to sell, but it's not one of those guys where I'm sell everything you have, because I don't think it's sustainable.
Yeah, I think the thing about Mike, I hope that for Jared Alexander's sake, I hope he's very badly injured and try to play through the injury to help us win, because he got exposed by Jordan Addison today, constantly too. Jared has locked up Justin Jefferson in the past. literally made himself look like burnt toast against Jordan Addison. So he better have been injured. Otherwise, he got the bag and got worse. So I'm upset about that. But yeah, I mean, it is good to see for the Lucas stuff. Marvin Harrison Jr., I just told Julian this today. I was doing a little research. His pink diamond autograph number at 150 from Bowman Chrome U football sold for $350 after last night's game. That's more than any of the quarterback's value in the set, which is crazy. I mean, that just goes to show how big of a wide receiver prospect that is. Even I know that like Justin Jefferson's competing against like Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert, but Justin Jefferson cards are not outselling those guys, even though his cards do sell for a lot of money. So Marvin Harrison Jr. is a different animal type of wide receiver prospect, and come the draft, and we're extremely excited to see how hot his cards may or may not be. And I do have a couple that I got through some breaks we did on Fanatics Live, but excited to see him. He's a fantastic player for sure.
Also pulled a monster, Marvin Harrison.
Oh yeah, we did pull the super auto one of one.
Yeah, we'll go with we pulled it.
Yeah, I mean you played your part sitting next to me in that video. Really big monster here. I don't know if you've been paying attention to any of this LA Lakers media hype, but I am sick of people like Stephen A. Smith. Literally, this man. Did you see this video?
Which one?
Of Stephen A. Smith?
On
first take on Friday, he literally like got on his knees on the set and was like praying like this, like, Anthony Davis, please stay healthy so I can go to LA for the finals. Please, I'm sick of going to Denver. I'm like, dude, if you're a media person and you got to plead for players to stay healthy so you can go to LA, you don't deserve to be a media person. Like, then you just enjoy vacationing more than actually like doing your job. Like,
yeah, I've started kind of blocking out some of those analysts because they say stuff that is just absolutely outrageous.
You know what's happening, Julian? I think that the more that there's like revenue being generated from like Twitter like engagement and also just like viewership on different social platforms, they literally tell these people just to like say the most out of pocket stuff just to get clips out of it to go viral on social.
That's what I think. Yeah.
There's no way you reasonably do that if you have any dignity in yourself. Like, I used to like Stephen A. Smith. Over the last few years, I've really fallen off the map with him, and just he's frustrating as heck now. But yeah, not to distract from how amazing this card is, though. I mean, 2015 Anthony Davis logo man, game worn, 1/1 patch autograph. Whenever I see an Anthony Davis logo man, I think of something. What do you think of, Julian, when you see Anthony Davis logo man?
I think he's logo man. Well, I thought you were gonna say Anthony Davis. I think of Always Damaged, but when I'm thinking of Anthony Davis logo man,
yeah, come on. What's a card that's sold at one point that did a ridiculous amount of money?
I'm drawing a blank here,
dude. The rookie logo man sold for 1.08 million or whatever. Don't you remember that?
No.
What?
I feel like I probably knew it at one point, but I completely forgot about it. It's over 1 million.
This card.
Oh my god.
It sold for 1.02 million back in February 1, 2021. And
what's that card worth now?
Card ladder estimated value is 211,000.
Wow. Card ladder dropping the bombs. I don't even know if it's worth that.
Probably isn't. But that's my point. Whenever I see Anthony Davis logo man, I think of that card. And this is a game worn logo man from 2015, but obviously it's not a rookie. And I just did a little research into this, and there was a logo man that sold on auction back in 2022 from 2018 flawless. So you're talking 3 years later. That did 13K. But that was a year ago or so. So I mean, this card's probably gonna end around the 10 to 11K mark, I'd say. But still, I mean, it's a lot of money for an AD card, and he's obviously talented. But yeah, hurt a lot, like Julian mentioned.
Yeah, when he's healthy, he's dangerous. So maybe Stephen A. Smith getting on his knees and begging, he'll put together a complete season.
Big John, hey, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Sorry about your Bulls start to the season, like Julian as well. You two can share in your Chicago sorrows right now. 50 points, no assists, and an L.
You know what's bad when after our first game we had a players only meeting.
That only happened.
I've never heard of that happening before.
That happens like a month into the year.
Oh my god.
Max, I don't have anything going tonight, but I do in next week's auction. I already flashed some stuff that I sent in. You got a nice Jude Bellingham ending next week. I'm excited to see. So that guy's amazing. Julian, talk about Jude and what he did in El Clasico this weekend.
Yeah, he's just like no, it was completely unexpected. He's a world class midfielder, but he's usually not the type of guy who's pumping out goals. And he has 13 goals in 13 appearances in all competitions. He played in El Clasico this weekend, which is like the biggest rivalry game between Barcelona and Real Madrid. And they were down 1-0, and he scored 2 goals to basically win the game for Real Madrid.
An
He's 20.
absolute banger from
Yeah,
outside the box
yeah,
too.
absolute rocket. As I say, he pulled out the boomstick, but he yeah, he scored 2 goals there. It's still mind-boggling to me that he's only 20 years old because he plays like he's been around for forever. But
He's
he's
got a
just
little Holland in him,
he's
right
so
place, right
good.
time.
He's just so good. And people are like, oh, Jude Bellingham was going to replace Kareem Benzema, and everyone was like laughing about that. But like realistically, he's putting up the stats.
I mean, they're definitely like playing him higher up the pitch for sure right now with the lack of like the number 9, I feel. But at the same time, it's like you have to be good to score like those goals because as you can see, Nick Jackson plays in the number 9 at Chelsea, and the dude is terrible right now.
Yeah, he's just different breed, man. His cards have
Yeah,
gone crazy too. So
yeah,
if you have a Jude, yeah, it's probably raised in value a little bit.
yeah, I mean, and they have been exploding in price, and I have one of ours going in. Well, actually, probably our last one left going in auction next week, Sunday, because of the fact that this market has risen so much. There's definitely no shame in selling something because the players playing well and their prices are going up. Now, yeah, I mean, Real Madrid realistically, they could be contending in Champions League this year. Maybe he has a massive Champions League run. I mean, honestly, it's insane at 20 years old, like you said. He feels like Mr. Champions League right now too. Even when he's on Dortmund, he scored like 4 goals in their campaign last year, or something like that. And he has, obviously been even a bigger goal scorer this year. Next card I want to bring up actually is NBA really quick before going to another soccer one. Zion, I guess healthy now. Like you always kind of wonder, like, is he like the ticking time bomb? Like, last year he started the season so well, and then pretty soon after that, hamstring injuries. And now you've got flawless patch autograph here at $8,000 about or over 8K. But he's got 2 games back to back to start the year, 24 points, 23 points. Julian, is there any part of you that says it might be a good idea to buy Zion, or is it always like the next injury is just around the corner?
More so the next injury is around the corner. It's extremely risky buying his stuff. We all know he's super talented when he can stay on the court. Every offseason, I hear they're like, oh, he's lost weight. He's like focusing on his weight, his eating, and he's more explosive. Like that dude is huge, and he's not like I'm not saying he's like fat, but like that's like there's no way. It's just he's bound to get injured. I feel like, and buying a card like that, it's just as we've seen it's extremely risky. This card's sick with the patch, but yeah, me personally, I'd probably stay away from Zion Williamson because you don't know what's going to happen. I haven't even looked up, but it's something to look up is like the most games he's played in a season, and
I'll tell you really fast here because I already got close to his player page pulled up in Basketball Reference. He's played most games he played was 61 in 2020, 2021 during the bubble year. And after that, he didn't play 2021 at all. I
yeah.
kind of forgot he missed the entire season, honestly.
Yeah, and he's on a ridiculous contract right now too. So
Last year he played 29.
yeah, it's
And
just it's unfortunate.
and last year, don't forget, he started the season very well for like a month or so. So like we could be sitting here and Zion could have 6 straight 25 plus point games. Very realistically, I mean, he's obviously a talented basketball player, but like you're right, like the weight thing when you're jumping and landing that much, you just sustain injuries, and we already seen it.
Yeah,
So
it obviously seems like a pattern. So I wouldn't be surprised if, like you said, he continues to put up really solid numbers and then gets injured. And his injuries aren't really ever like 5 games. It's
now
like
there is a very small chance that he doesn't get injured. He does have a great season. I guarantee his cards will be worth more than they are today if that's the case, because he is actually very talented. But if there is any money to be made on any of your Zion Williamson cards, if you bought like last year when he was hurt or something like that, I would take the money when it's there. I mean, it's just
yeah,
too much to risk waiting longer,
I agree
in my opinion.
for sure.
Erling Holland, I know, I hope you didn't watch that game this morning. I didn't
No,
watch it.
I watched part of it.
Sum up your feeling as a Manchester United fan right now, and what has it been? How many times have you been battered by City in the last like 5 years?
Quite a bit. I'll say that. But we have pulled out some results which have been kind of shocking. Like I think we beat them last year, but It's just a mess at Manchester United. I'm at the point where like I'm expecting it, so it's not like, oh, we have a chance to win the league and now I'm like super disappointed, because it's just the same old same old. I'm frustrated as a fan. I don't think the Glazers care about our club. They're the owners. I don't think it's Ten Hag's fault completely. Obviously, I think there were some interesting tactical choices made today in our game, but it's just an all around mess. It's it's tough when you know what they were and
I,
what
lo-
they are now.
I love this. Max says, "I watch it. You got mushed." Just mushed is such a bad way to like describe getting beat. It's hilarious.
I will say though, Max, we lost to City. You guys lost to Brentford, so I wouldn't be
Yeah,
talking.
exactly.
Yeah,
There's no chirping you'll hear from me on this game at all. But Erling Haaland's gold finest rookie BGS 10 numbered out 50 here. A lot of people consider this, possibly his true rookie card, because this was his first pack pulled hobby rookie card here, which is in a Salzburg kit where he played Champions League before going to Dortmund. And which is like what his Bundesliga card is and Top Scrum Champions League card is. But this one at 5,500, over that obviously after buy is premium, somewhere in like the 6,500 range. And a PSA 9 was around $5,000 throughout the summer and into September. So that card I'm sure is going to maybe have a run here tonight in the auction. But he's a hot player. Although he had 2 goals today, I think. But in the end, I mean, if he doesn't make the Europe, which it seems like that they might not make the Europe if they don't win that competition, he just keeps on missing out in big competitions as rivals can play in, like
yeah.
Mbappe.
Like it's unfortunate because he had the opportunity to play for England, and if he had played on England, like him and Harry Kane up top would have just been, oh my gosh, so lethal. Even with the clown Gareth Southgate as coach, I think they would have still been insanely good. And quick note on that card, because something I was thinking about earlier was I was like in my head I was trying to picture him with short hair, because I feel like he's had long hair for a minute now, and his hair is so long now. And I'm like,
Yeah.
when he started, like, and even at like Borussia Dortmund, he had that short hair, and I was like, that feels like so long ago.
Yeah, no, his hair was very short. I'm sure he hasn't really cut it much since then, honestly,
Yeah,
since
no.
that picture was taken. All right, bouncing on another card here, another sport as well. The American football now. Aaron Rodgers, you brought him up earlier, but I brought up Kirk Cousins' Achilles injury. More video emerged today of him pregame with the Jets. Also, that Jets one was like one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. But the more video of Aaron Rodgers moving around now and throwing. It seems to be on that fast track of the Achilles injury. Had that like speed surgery repair or whatever. Point is that this is a 2005 Topps Chrome X Factor Gold Rookie Auto, numbered out of 399, which is really whack. But I think that these were like uncirculated cards, so they were box toppers. So they did do golds for a while that were box toppers with Topps Chrome Football. They're like 199, 399, like this. But this is one of his more sought after autographs, and also just absolutely atrocious centering here. Not maybe atrocious, but also I don't know if the autograph faded over time, but that is like super streaky auto on the 10 grade too. Either way, this is at right now. You're talking like $3,700 this card if this ended right now. It sold for $3,700 in December 8th of 2022. So Julian, we're really looking at Rodgers' cards right now, still being worth, at least this card in particular, still being worth around the same it was last year, prior to the Jets trade, obviously, but like that's still kind of impressive. I think people are actually betting on Rodgers coming back and making a difference, maybe even as soon as this year.
I think so too. It is quite impressive, because I thought that there would be a pretty stark drop off in his prices, but I've seen so much stuff of him like throwing, and obviously there was a doctor talking about the recovery and how fast Aaron Rodgers has been. So I'm sure people are expecting he's coming back. I know for a fact that Jets fans and the Jets organization are probably hoping and pushing for him to come back as soon as possible. But
And
I don't know how he does it. He's not human.
I know Rodgers threw it out there like, hey, like it has to be a situation where we're obviously like a playoff team come the end of the year to come back, but they're 4-3 right now. They had a really weird win, like I said, against the Giants. That included like a missed field goal and like Zach Wilson making a couple passes and stuff like that. So, and also like barely any actual scoring is 13-10. But they're 4-3. If they can be in a playoff position, you never know what you'll see. And I just saw a tweet that also said like it'll be a disappointment at this point if Rodgers actually doesn't come back this year, which I do feel like the case will be if, let's say, that the Jets go south, Rodgers doesn't come back. I would be hard pressed to believe this car will be $3,700 by the end of the year if the Jets are like out of the playoff picture. But we'll have to wait and see on that.
Yeah,
Obviously, we won't really know.
And it's just sad because it makes you think that they're 4-3 with the quarterback they have right now. Like, just imagine with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I drafted Garrett Wilson in one of my fantasy leagues. He
Yeah.
would have been a monster. So it's just like the what if. I hope next year he comes back. If he doesn't come back this season, he comes back next season. We get to see some of that hype back, and they can live up to that expectations because things definitely went south.
Definitely. I think our boy Max here has got a little Diego Maradona actually going on. So if anyone's interested in Diego Maradona autograph for their collection, Maximilian Cards, religious slab stock Sundays viewer, of course, even though he's in the UK, which it's like, I don't know, 2:12 a.m. right now or something like that. 3
We're his
a.m.
only friends.
We're his only friends. He's got a nice little obsidian purple autograph number out of 15 PSA 9 at $550 before buyer's premium. Needs a bid in like 17 minutes to be extended, but yeah, Max has got that going time if anyone is interested in a Maradona for their collection.
I got to address Andrew's comment real quick. He said, what's the answer to United, Julian? I mean, I'll hear it. Aaron, you can say too, but I'll go first. I'd say for sure, sell the club. I don't want the Glazers anywhere near this club. I'd say two, our purchasing of new players is really, really bad. We should not be spending 100 mil on like Jadon Sancho, Anthony. We spent way too much on Harry Maguire. Hoyland might be the one exception because I've been really impressed with him.
People have been trying to cook him for not having a goal or assist in 7 games in the Prem. But he did score 3 times in the Champions League, right?
Like, his hold-up play is insane, and he's the only reason like we have any type of offensive, any presence in the offensive half. But I'd say for sure, get rid of the Glazers. We have to put, I don't know the exact structure, but I think we have to have some type of like not recruiting, but like scouting, like better scouting type of department type thing. I would follow what Liverpool's done. Like exactly since Jurgen Klopp has taken over, they don't spend a ridiculous amount of money on players, just except for Darwin Nunez. They focus on these like younger guys, they develop them, and then like turn them into such good players. I don't know what they're doing, but it's got to be something like that because you can't just go and throw 100 mil at a player and then set them up for failure, and then we're just like terrible.
Yeah, I mean, sounds about right to me. Setting players up for failure is about the worst way to go when it comes to developing people.
Yeah.
Julian, are you a big golf fan?
I know a little bit about golf.
This is a pretty cool card in here. It's an on-card dual auto 2014 SP Authentic, Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. Or McIlroy. Yeah, it's a dual on-card numbered out of, actually it's not numbered, I think, but it's at 1750, and that's pre-buyer's premium. The last one sold for $2,000 a year ago, and this basically is over that right now. So yeah, pretty cool card.
Very cool.
For those that are into golf and just want, I know I'm not even sure. I mean, I know Rory's like won the FedEx Cup last year and stuff like that, but I guess just a really cool cards hitting auction that people want because it is up a little bit from last year. Now Cam Thomas, this is his rookie patch autograph number out 5 from Flawless. Dude, his stuff is flying. It's flying.
He's so cold with it on the offensive end. I just hope he can keep up. I'm a fan. We know he last season when the whole trades went down and Kevin Durant left that he popped off as well. But there was more of the ups and downs. He wasn't starting, so I wasn't completely sure his standing.
I remember he had a bunch of like DNPs after that.
Yeah, there was a lot of ups and downs. I didn't know his standing with the team, the coaches, if something was going on. But he's had a very, very strong start to the season. He's still a little inexperienced, like we saw at the end of the first game where he chucked up like a really bad shot to try and win the game, but he's cold. So his stuff is hot for obvious reasons. I'm just interested to see what he plays in the future because it's a team of young guys. They don't have like a superstar one player, so he might step into that. So you never know.
Yeah, and obviously Mikal Bridges has done really well. Over the last couple of years, even with the Suns too, and then he popped off a lot last year with the Nets. But yeah, Cam Thomas, I guess, can fill some point void on teams. Teams have to score points, and anyone that can shoot the ball sometimes and score, they just walk into that role, and then their cards start to explode. To be honest with this, like, I feel like this is kind of like the chance that people have to sell if they miss the first boat.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong, like you said, like he could just keep on filling up the points, but at the same time, it's like, I do think in this market, it's hard to say no to profit that's there. You can always take take some cards and go and turn into something else. He had 36 and 30 to start the year. He did start the second game. First game he came off the bench, second game he started. So, maybe he is going to end up as one of the top scorers of the NBA this year. But at the same time, like last year, he averaged 10.6. I know he only started 4 games, but like,
yeah,
if he ends up being a 20-plus point scorer this year per game, he's going to be in the running for most improved player, and it's possible.
Yeah, it definitely is.
We'll see. What I was looking at, though, was some sales of his cards, I believe, and like a numbered out 25 was $400 before the year. It's hard to judge, obviously, like a numbered out 5 versus out 25, especially in these high-end patch autograph sets, because some of these patch autograph collectors just want the true rookie patch autograph, which would be the out of 25 for Cam Thomas and Flawless. So it's really hard to judge, but either way, I mean, we can just about guarantee his cards are going up in price based on, obviously, like looking at his NTRPA sales and such like that. I'm no Fernando Tatis Jr. fan, but this card is sick. This is a logo patch, rookie auto, number out of 5, I believe, with the San Diego Padres logo just smack dab in the middle. Really nice on-card auto. I love Dynasty for baseball. Just some of the best cards in the market, in my opinion. I've got so many Yelich ones just because they're so cool. But very, very nice card of Fernando Tatis going tonight. If there are any Padres fans or believers in a bounce back, I do really, really worry about his cards from both like a purchasing and selling at some day point, and also just like a collector standpoint, I guess, because of the fact that like post steroids, like he was not that good this year. Like he just wasn't that good. And like if the guy has a 900 OPS while on an HGH substance, and then after he's at like a 780, I mean, like something's not adding up. So like I do worry about him. But let us know in the chat. First of all, what do you think about Cam Thomas? James says that Cam Thomas is the man. And also, what do you think about Fernando Tatis Jr. if you're a baseball fan? Like, do you believe in any sort of bounce back? Would you even consider buying his cards? To me, like cool stuff like this is probably way, way lower than what it once was for obvious reasons. But you really gotta believe, I think, to be purchasing them. That team had a terrible year, and maybe they turn around next year.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. Obviously, I'm not. I'll say this once again. I'm not a huge baseball guy, but with the players they had, I was expecting some high things. I think a lot of baseball players were.
Trust me, I think everyone was. After you have Manny Machado, Soto, Xander Bogaerts, Fernando Tatis Jr., among a bunch of other players and good pitching as well. Blake Snell had almost either a Cy Young winning year or right there. They definitely flopped. But remember, they didn't win a 1-run game, I think. Or no, they didn't win. It was maybe like an extra innings game the entire year until like the last week of the year. Like they lost so many close games, which that's the difference between making the playoffs and not. So like next year, if they can get better in those close games, I mean, they very well could have been in the playoffs this year if they did better, and that's in those situations.
Yeah. Was their coach fired?
No, he actually left to go coach the Giants. He got up and out. Bob Melvin, I think his name is. He got up and out, which is really interesting. Giants also had a bad year as well. Gabe Kapler was fired. But yeah, he's gone to the same division. That's crazy. Like
very interesting.
Super crazy. I'd love to get me a Damian Lillard card at some point, but they're just running really hot right now. And
you gotta wait until there's a Bucks jersey one.
I am. I just don't know if I can buy an expensive Portland card. I gotta wait until there's some Bucks jersey autographs out there. But this is, which will probably be like 3 years from now, to be honest. But this is an awesome card. Here's a flawless patch autograph number out 25. It's at 775 right now, dude. But last year, December and May were the last 2 sales in 2022. 49 in December for a BGS 8.5, which I think is like substantially worse than having the flawless sealed one. And then it was 576 for, I think, this exact same card. Literally, yeah, it is this exact same card. So this exact same one sold May 29th, 2022 for 576. So Damian Lillard getting on the Bucks, getting that championship aspiration and chance is definitely helping his market from, I think, the standpoint of, is he just going to be a guy that scores points on a team that doesn't really do much because they don't have much help?
Yeah, I think that they're when they're playing at their best. I didn't see that loss coming, but when they're playing at their best, they're very, very lethal. I mean, what? How do you guard a pick and roll with Giannis and Dame? Like that's basically unstoppable because you either go under, you either try and stick with Dame, which like frees up one of the two, or you switch and then either you pass it to Giannis on a short dude, or like you have Dame's wide open for 3.
It's not going to be easy to defend, but also I think from early reviews, like Giannis does have to, I think, learn a little bit like on the fly of like how this is going to work. Like I don't think that this is going to be picture perfect for a bit here. Like they're definitely going to win games just sheerly off of the talent level, but from turning like the talent into like a cohesive championship group, it's probably going to take a couple months. But yeah, the talent level is insane. Like you can just see like either of those guys can will the team to win at any moment. And today was just a game where the Hawks were shooting the lights on. We were turning the ball over. And once you dig yourself a 20-point hole, unless you go on a big run, you're not coming back. And that's just what happened. You go on a big run and it's done. So like that's going to happen to any team, though. I'm sure that just about every single championship team has had a bad game or 5 in this season, you know. Now, Julian, I got to show you this card. Have you ever seen this card before?
I have. Very, very cool looking card.
Yeah, so the 2018 Ronald Acuna Independence Day number 76. Extremely nice card. Perfect design. Exploding stars and stripes on the back. Red background. It's absolutely perfect. I think Topps' design on this year's is...
I did see this card, and I was like, so picturing the one the year before, and I was like, slight downgrade.
Yeah, so the Ronald Acuna is from 2018, but still, there was some better design since then, and also some worse design since then. But you look at this, and this doesn't scream to me like iconic rookie card. Like this should be like a grand plus, right? This doesn't scream that at all to me. You look at this, and you're like, this is one of the best baseball rookie cards I've ever seen, right? It's like a completely different change, and like I just can't understand how there was not any incorporation of blue or stripes or anything. I know they're working with smaller borders, but like,
yeah. Wait, is
shoot,
this
even making
it chrome?
No, this is just Topps paper, like series 2.
Gotcha.
Or series 2. No, series 1. I don't know what this must have been in series 2, I think. Either way,
like Christmas vibes.
Well, no matter what, like even if you were only working with borders for other parallels, at least make an exception for the Independence Day making the entire card, because the full bleed on the Acuna is really what makes the card, the fact it goes through the entire thing. But yeah, it just isn't one for me, that's for sure.
That Acuna's got Max going. That Acuna is amazing. One of the best cards I've seen of all sports.
Wow, Max, that's some big reviews right there.
Yeah, it's definitely not the Chelsea cards you have.
Boom roasted.
Boom roasted.
You know what that's from? I know you don't watch The Office. But...
No, that's when he's like going around just chirping everybody, right? I've seen like the viral clips.
He says it chirping every time. Boom roasted. It's so funny. After he had the roast of himself, and then he felt bad. But De'Aaron Fox also hot to start the year. This card was like $350 in March. Look at that, 525 plus right now. So De'Aaron Fox, absolutely electric. And also Walker Kessler. Did you think you'd be looking at like a $700 Walker Kessler card in this auction?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to me. That Jazz team cracks me up because of like they were just expected to be like one of the worst teams in the NBA, and then last season they came out hot, and I'm assuming they've done half decent this season. Through 2 games, or they have to have at least won 1. Let's see. Yeah, I think they did win 1.
I'd have to Google.
Let's see. Yes, they will beat the Clippers on October 27th. But either way, yeah, no, I was not expecting it. Walker Kessler. He was also on the U.S. team this summer,
I think he was, yeah, but he's averaging 6 and 6 in the first going of the year, and last year he was 9 and 8. Now, no question.
Oh wow.
No question, picking him up for Rudy Gobert and like 5 first-round picks was awesome. Like that's great. Like, but is it worth this card being 700 plus? I don't know. There was a Raw that did 470 over the summer, but even that just feels a little crazy to me. So, not 100% certain of that. Couldn't really have had a better time for a CeeDee Lamb card probably to be on auction, dude. The guy went absolutely off today. I traded him a couple weeks ago. Still might score the most points in my league this week after trading away CeeDee Lamb and Alvin Kamara, which does not make sense to me, but pretty crazy. But yeah, CeeDee Lamb went absolutely crazy. And then I'm trying to find here. Ooh, Nick Bosa, Niners down bad.
Yeah, down bad. Down bad. Not much to say. That wait, hold on, go back. That Black Pandora is nasty.
But it's a BGS4.
Nasty, yeah. No, actually, this isn't the one I'm thinking of. There was another Black Pandora in this auction that was like absolutely.
You sure you're not thinking Brock Purdy from last 2 weeks ago or something?
I think it was a Black Pandora. I'll look. Let me see.
Okay, but let me point this out really quick. So I think that the Gunner, the Independence Day is a PSA 10 possibly. I'd have to go look.
Oh,
Um,
I'm sorry you haven't mentioned that. Sorry, I just cut you off, but it's a Christian Watson. Like
the Rookie
it's
King.
nasty.
Yeah, it is a cool card, but he's definitely not a king. Um, So Real Music says y'all definitely don't watch basketball. Box Store doesn't tell the story. I'm sure. Like, I'm not trying to claim that. Like, just looking at Walker Kessler's stats does it tell me if that card should be worth 700. It just feels like that the amount that centers are already hated on in the market to have a center that's not producing even like close to 10 and 10 right now. I know it's only been 3 games, but last year, like he's close to 10 and 10, I guess. I mean, I feel like for a center to be worth any money, they should be averaging like 18 and 12, because people just hate on the centers in the market. Like Bam Adebayo for years couldn't get any respect. So it just feels like to me it's a lot. I'm not trying to claim I know a ton about Walker Kessler or the Jazz. I really only watch the Bucks and like maybe the game that's on TNT that starts at 7 on a Tuesday or Thursday. But so yeah, I don't watch League Pass like every night.
Yeah, and we're obviously Aaron reiterated this. I don't think he's by no means is he a bum, but it's like $700 is quite a bit for any
Yeah.
player, regardless of the position, and you kind of have to put like the points are obviously a part of the box score. It says part of the story.
Yeah, that's just I'm sure that he's great for the team. I've heard that like he's been awesome for the Jazz and like doing that trade and basically picking up like a mini Gobert along with all these first round picks. That was an amazing trade, but at the same time, Gobert doesn't even command that much money, and he's won like defensive player of the year like 4 times in his career, 3 times or something like that. The boy Corbin Carroll absolutely going off. Still lacks the respect in the market today. I've got some that are going to actually be curated at the PWCC vault very soon here. Hopefully they get curated this week so I can get them in an auction to end along with their World Series win. Fingers crossed. But man, he had 2 RBIs yesterday. In game 2, they won 9-1, 16 hits to 4 hits for the Rangers. And then game 1, I could not believe that, dude. I haven't seen everything, but I feel like I haven't seen a player absolutely jack a home run like Corey Seager. And within like half a second, he started screaming. Like he knew as soon as he swung that bat, that thing was just gone. And he started screaming and the crowd erupted. It was such a sick moment. Although I wanted the Diamondbacks to win, could not hate in the slightest. Like that was just electric. And then unfortunately, okay, speaking on spending money, dude, I wouldn't even spend $15 on Christian Watson today after what I saw. I did have hopes that he'd break out based off of maybe getting healthy. I was kind of hoping it was like his hamstring that was holding him back, but at this point it's like
he's holding himself back.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I haven't that's why I wouldn't consider buying that. But I mean, even Devontae Adams, you can get a patch autograph at 75 for lower than that right now.
Yeah. You think he's gonna get traded? I know the Raiders came out and they're like, we're not gonna trade
they
him.
said that they weren't going to trade him, so I'd imagine that they'll probably stick to their guns there on that. But at the same time, I mean, it's like he basically came out and said that he went there because of Derek Carr.
Yeah.
He's like, now that Derek's gone, like that was why I came. So I feel like, how are you going to stay at a team that the reason why you're there, he's not there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the games I've watched, funny enough, Jacoby Meyer, I feel like has put up more numbers than he has, which is kind of funny. It's just with those quarterbacks, like Jimmy G obviously finds his go-to, and it isn't Devontae Adams, which is strange. I don't know if I agree with that, but obviously Jimmy G's GOAT.
I think Adams has had some decent games this year. I'm pretty sure he's had some games that like you just wouldn't want to have as a top 5 receiver. So I think that hopefully, I'm an Adams fan. I will never hate on Devontae Adams. Like he did amazing for the Packers and he wanted to move on and play with Derek Carr. So I'm not going to fault him for that. Just didn't work out last year on the Raiders, I guess. And I hope he does well though. But I mean, I honestly, oh my goodness gracious, dude, this thing is went up $7,000.
Wow.
It went up $7,000.
That's huge.
The Erling Haaland finest gold refractor out 50 we referenced earlier went from like 6K to 13.5 pre-buyers premium. And the Luka's up to 8.7 pre-buyers premium. There's a nasty Josh Giddey here, but the Thunder got absolutely exposed to the Nuggets. Say, who saw that box score? I'll be called a box score merchant now by Real Music, but that's how you can efficiently review what's going on in the NBA. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander went like 2 for 16 for 7 points, and Giddey had like 9 points, like 4 for 14 or something like that. Just not a great game for them.
Yeah, well, SGA couldn't stop hitting against us, so
Oh my
It's a little
gosh.
bit different because I think the Nuggets might be a little bit better than the Bulls.
Yeah, but I mean, it was an absolute stinker. Like, there's nothing much more to say. I'm not gonna be on the like I'm gonna buy Otani right now train, but like in the future, even just some smaller dollar ones, like this seems like an absolute steal. A PSA 9 did 2.3K in August, but remember that was back when he was super hot, not injured, and now he's gonna have UCL surgery. But I think that his cards are gonna be at a point where like it almost makes sense or doesn't make sense to not buy them. But that's just me as a baseball fan and loving what Otani does for the game. Also, this is totally helping out my nice little La Liga logo patch autograph here. This thing's almost $1,000 for LFP.
I'm quite surprised, but
I'm shocked.
I mean,
too.
I'm surprised in terms of his card market, but I'm not surprised in terms of how legendary of a player he is. But he was in the news recently because of a big flop he had where he like ran past a guy and he like got a little like the guy's hand like kind of hit him, but not really, and then he went down holding his neck, and I was like,
Oh
God,
goodness,
dude, like you can't keep doing this.
do you see the results from today's F1 race?
I looked up the results. I completely forgot it happened. I'm gonna have to watch the replay, but I saw the boy Daniel Ricciardo got points.
Dude, you gotta watch the highlights because
Yeah, and I heard
yeah,
Checo gonna be gone.
dude, I feel bad for him because it was his home race and he clearly looked distraught. But at the same time, it's like once you see it, like he just did it to himself. And then the Mexican fans that were there, which obviously they're going to be there to support Checo,
They started booing.
they were booing Leclerc. He didn't do anything wrong. He literally addressed him. He's like, guys, I couldn't do anything. I was pinched. And then he turned into me. Like,
Yeah. And I saw Lando got 5th, which is insane.
yeah, but that helped because there was another restart because of Magnussen's crash. So like it was insane, especially for starting 17th. But
The 20th. He started last.
no, some guys got bumped down to the back of the grid to start after penalties.
Wow.
But you're right, he qualified. Whatever you want, like whatever you call it. But yeah, man, that was quite the race, honestly. Like pretty boring with the winner per the usual, but was pretty good. Nate Eovaldi has been really good in the postseason. Not very good in the last game against the Dime. Well, no, maybe he started actually he was okay. I guess he gave up 5 runs, so not that great. But it's pretty cool Nate Eovaldi card, which honestly I'm a little shocked is that low. It's at $30. Like even just for any Rangers fan to add that to like their World Series appearance collection. If people do that, I would definitely be doing that if the Brewers were in the World Series. I can guarantee you that. But I also need to keep track of a giveaway tonight because there's some nice stuff that I started favoring at the little bit lower dollar section. I like to give away like an Acuna, maybe a Michael Harris rookie, something like that, Bryce Harper. I think this image is so sick. Now that's a nice card.
Very nice.
Nice card indeed. Oh, I totally blew it, bro. We got to hit up your who be buying.
We do. I was waiting for you to transition over.
You forgot to remind me.
Who forgets about who be buying? The disrespect.
I was on a roll here talking about some
cards. I was letting you go with it. I mean, you're on a heater.
And then we end up at this point now. So yeah, after this, I just missed on that. Right. After we end this right now, like now this next window started, let's get in a little bit of who be buying so we can make sure to get this in because we didn't have it last week.
Yeah.
Also, the Clippers are smoking the Spurs right now, like by 30 points.
Oof. No bueno. Okay, so a couple of them sold, but we'll go with one of them sold. There's a Virgil van Dijk national 1/1 superfractor.
I saw that. I could not believe how much this was.
Oh my gosh, it's so much. His cards are dirt cheap, like everywhere else, because he's a defender. And this superfractor, the ones that they had at the Nationals, so basically it was like these silver packs, and if you opened them, you'd get cards inside that had like the little national logo on it. Yeah, $588 for this is pretty outrageous. I know I saw in terms of sales, like cards that sold over $500. There's been maybe like 5 in the last 5 months.
And I guarantee you, it was like Gold Power 2018 Prism World Cup or something.
Yeah, like one of them was the Superfractor 2019, his first like chrome auto. Like it's just I don't know. That's mind-boggling to me. I don't know why someone want this. I guess it's a super factor. For me, I have a little bit of bias, as Aaron knows. I don't think the national stuff commands as much in the market,
No,
but
it
that's
doesn't.
more so with like big name players where like people still want them. If you have like a Virgil van Dijk, I'm like people don't really want like some of his other stuff. So
Max, at this point, your mooter could sell for like 10 grand compared to this.
yeah, so that was the first one. I was shocked at who be buying that. What else we got? We have a Sam Darnold 2018 National Treasures RP at a 14 that's at $280 pre-buyers premium, which is another kind of mind-boggling thing. I know maybe someone put in a ton of bids before Brock Purdy was cleared to play, which I don't think he should have been cleared to play. But even if Sam Darnold did play, he's had his shot. There's no way he's gonna ever be a starting quarterback in the future, in my opinion, unless he put up like some absurd stats. So I don't know where somebody is going with this purchase. That patch is also like kind of boring.
Kind of
But
boring.
just slightly boring.
You're being
So
light on them, Julian.
I am. So Sam Darnold, $290 pre-buyers premium. I'm confused as to who be buying. Any thoughts, Aaron?
Yeah, I mean, the backup quarterback spending in football has been one of the most obscene things in recent memory. $500 on Drew Lock, $400 on Sam Darnold. Like some of these guys like might never actually get a meaningful start in their career again.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's definitely a lot of money. But I think that the problem is that for some reason people continue to spend the money on these quarterbacks when they're given a start, like a start. I'm not even saying a starting job, like they're given a start, which is
Yeah.
like I think the whole problem with all of it.
Like you do realize he's starting that one time for the guy who's starting to come back.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make more sense to me. Okay, we'll do one more. This might be a little controversial.
Uh-oh.
Another soccer one. There is a Kvicha stained glass PSA 10.
I don't even know how to spell this guy's name.
Just do KHVICHA.
All right, I'll find it.
This is a lot of money, in my opinion. I think he's very talented, but he's had quite a slow start to the season. There was a lot of hype behind him beforehand. I don't know if necessarily his one great season was like a one-off. I think he's still like quite good, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the look of the stained glass, and the fact that he's had quite a slow start is a little. I don't know if I would shell out nearly as much as this amount of money for him.
Got it. Well, I haven't really tracked Serie A at all this year or how that's going, but yeah, that definitely is quite a bit of dough there.
I have one more where we're gonna ask we have to add the parallel in or like a card, interesting looking card, and see what everybody thinks. There's a Michael Jordan Coast to Coast 2002.
Oh, I already know. I think what this card looks like.
I am not a fan of how this card looks at all. So
dude,
I want to hear what everybody else has to say, but I don't like how this card looks.
Okay. I think I've seen these, but I definitely have seen these before, but I feel like that the actual card, like if it was Kobe, I feel like I've seen looked like had different signs behind it. I thought it was kind of fire, but this one isn't really doing it for me. These are more like traffic like problems.
Yeah.
More like Route 66 like would be cool.
Or like Coast to Coast. When I think of Coast to Coast, I don't think of a sign that says not a through street.
Yeah. Actually, they all look like that. I just saw the Kobe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's an interesting one. Let us know in the comments. Do you think it's gas or trash? I'm intrigued.
Yeah, and the Jordan and the Wizard jersey just kind of looks off, but
yeah, that too. Nice. We got our giveaway. Got a little Bryce Harper action.
That's so sick.
Goal out 2018 PSA 9.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, a nice little deal. The cool thing about this card, this picture right here was taken in his home ballpark at the time. Washington, D.C. All-Star game. If you look at the bottom left-hand corner there, this was during the All-Star game. Just an absolutely dope card. So someone is going to win this on giveaway tonight for free. just make sure you stay here in the chat to be able to find out if you can win it or how you win it as well. And then I got a little dual patch autograph there from Bowman Inception U, 2 Arkansas players.
Yeah. I have a question for the big collector that is Aaron. This Magic the Gathering card, is this like a big time deal? Like one of the rarest Magic the Gathering cards? Do you know? There's like 16.2.
The one at the top of the auction?
Yeah, the Alpha Mox Sapphire.
Oh, there's also a Chaos Orb.
I think it's sold.
Dude, I got no idea about anything Magic. All I know is that the Black Lotus is sought after, and that's a ton of money. I know people spend a lot of money on Magic the Gathering cards, but wow, that is.
Peg Junk says show it. Maybe Peg Junk's the Magic the Gathering expert.
Here, let me try to find it. What's it called?
Magic the Gathering Alpha Mox, like MOX.
1 or 2? Oh, I got
2.
16.2K. Who is the Magic the Gathering expert here, and tell us why this is 16.2K? Look at that. Congrats to Big John.
Kobe White. Kobe White was kind of cold to start the season. I don't think he did too hot against the Pistons, but I don't think anybody did outside of Zach LaVine.
I did see those cards, Nick Knight. Those are pretty cool. One of the early Holland animes.
And you should buy this Fortnite Crystal Shard Black Knight.
Isn't the Black Knight, what is it, like 10 grand or something?
13.5.
Trying to make a play here.
Pull out the Slab Stocks black card.
I'm trying to make a play here, but people keep on bidding on this card, and I don't know why. It's supposed to be left for me.
Tom Bullard says, let me click on it. First set in print, super rare. Nice. I also don't. If Aaron doesn't know anything about Magic the Gathering, then I definitely don't know anything about Magic the Gathering. Except I know Post Malone paid a ridiculous amount of money for one of them. It was like 1.6 mil or something.
Yeah, it was the One Ring or whatever. 2 mil. He actually bought a different one, I think, for a lot too. But yeah. He also bought the One Ring, which was like 2 million or something.
Oh, geez. He said, Power 9 and rare meant to be torn up to use, so super rare. Oh, so that's interesting. So
yeah,
when you're playing, so one's intact. Someone didn't use it.
That's pretty crazy, actually.
That's a cool story.
Yeah, speaking of crazy, there's like multiple of these ending. It's called Parade of Stars in this SP Authentic Golf set. There's like a Landon Donovan number out of 10. This is a Troy Aikman here. There's another, I think, crazy one that was ending. There's a Landon Donovan right there. Pretty cool cards, though.
Some crossover action.
Always pretty fun. Julian, grade this parallel for me and all the other weird optic ones.
Oh God, are those oranges in the background?
They're like basketball.
No, I know they're basketball, but they look like oranges. Like who we buying? That might fit the who we buying category.
I think there's like a toilet. Wait? Was there a toilet paper one, or was that made up? It might have been made up.
One. This is that is not it.
Oh
man.
My gosh!
These parallels have just gone down.
There's no way that this is real.
Is that actually toilet paper?
It is.
Dude.
I cannot believe that they did that.
Christ. Wait, whoa, go back to it.
Crisis
toilet paper? That's a terrible name.
Bro, come on.
Toilet paper crisis. That's like what happens after I eat cheese.
Man. What is that?
That's
what is that?
Yeah,
the cheeks refractor. Oh my.
That's I don't know how. That's crazy.
Quickly's having a decent start to the season. He's in a contract year right now because the Knicks did not give him the extension before the season for all the players like in his class that were getting extensions. He did not get one. Dude, do you hear Patrick Williams was demanding like some crazy amount of money to get his contract right now?
No, I didn't hear that. Oh, jeez.
Yes, he wasn't extended before the season either because I heard he was asking for like the same as like Tyrese Halliburton or something close to it. He got all those Kawhi comps when he got drafted. Man,
dude, he's gotten a little bit better, but he was like scared to shoot and do anything. If we pay that much for him, I'm going to. Oh my gosh, Bulls fans!
Look at what Nick next said.
That one lactate pill doing God's work, Julian. Yeah, except when it's like Noodles and Company mac and cheese, then it has to be like 3 lactate tablets.
You said that's how you found out, right?
Oh yeah, that's how I found out. Anybody ever had the Noodles and Company mac and cheese?
Yeah, it slaps.
But it is not good for someone who is apparently lactose intolerant. Shocking.
Speaking of Pat Williams,
I saw that card. It's nasty, but yeah. I mean, I'm a fan of the way he plays, but by no means is he like up there with some of the guys in that class.
He's not like 180 to $200 million player.
No. Definitely not. I should look this up though, because I didn't hear about this. He doesn't strike me as that type of person. He seems very like laid back, like, oh, I'll do what's best for the team. I'm not going to shoot the ball.
No, he definitely was out there talking about his contract situation.
Jesus, man. You know what would make me even more down, Ben, is I saw reports that the Bulls were very interested in James Harden.
Dude,
if we trade away like our future for James Harden, I might like I don't know what I'd do.
It won't surprise me.
I'd try and like I don't know, man. Let's see. 7 days ago. Sports Illustrated. ESPN senior writer Zach Lowe says, I'm hearing Patrick Williams wants big numbers for his next contract. Like, starts with a 2 and isn't 20 mil.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro, what?
That's what I'm saying.
We signed Kobe White to a 3-year, 40 mil extension. Dude, if you think you're getting a lot more than that, you are confused. Confused.
Come on.
Real music, I would do it for a ring with James Harden if we could get him, but there's absolutely no way that that's going to become a ring. He's just so problematic. Us signing a bunch of older guys who like were crazy good in their prime. Now, okay, DeMar DeRozan, I really like DeMar DeRozan, but like James Harden is not. He just wants to score. He doesn't want like that's the reason he tried going back to the Rockets and Udoka was like, we're not going to take you because what you're trying to do is get back to those like 30 points per game numbers. And it's just, no, I'm not trying to have that drama. But if it was hypothetically like somehow I looked in the future and said, if you get James Harden, you'd win a championship, then yes, I'd send it.
Then yes, you'd send it. But also at the same time, like that is something that no one knows because they would do any trade if they were told that.
Right? Yeah.
I am currently in the lead on a card that I really want. I'm going to explain the reasoning why behind. Hopefully, after I win it. Oh my goodness, dude! This is the night of like exploding cards, like Julian eats mac and cheese, no lactate pill type of thing.
exploding.
Yeah, that's not just exploding. That's mega exploding. All right, I'll stop there. This is the Pat Bradasha, which honestly, once again. We have a Gunnar Henderson card that I'm going to say the parallel is kind of filled on. This is a sapphire card. Where is the sapphire ice on this Pat Bradasha? What's up with these mini diamonds?
Yeah.
Like this is the only time I've seen that.
Me no likey.
Yeah. But my point is here is that this card right now is at $5,000. It actually just sold for $5,000. That thing was at like 1.5 when we were doing our little start of the show. Crazy. Very crazy. Super nice Roberto Clemente. I cannot even imagine keeping this card in a PSA 8 condition since 1971. Excuse me, 1971. I assume that this would grade even higher. Likely a 9, but the centering is quite a bit off, honestly. I'm actually kind of surprised this didn't get an OC qualifier. The centering's way off. Now I look at it. But even if, I mean, the borders on these cards are extremely hard to keep in good condition with them being all black, obviously. It's at $2,000 or so. For the hockey fans out there, I should have called out this card earlier. This card is awesome. This is like a painting, okay? It's like a painting on the card. I'll flip over here in a second. This is Mario Lemieux and Wayne Gretzky. Of course, we talked about the two of them last week, or Greg. Numbered out of 15, dual auto right there. Both played for Team Canada. Two of the best hockey players ever, probably two most talented hockey players ever. And it's just an absolutely amazing card. Amazing cards at 2K about right now. But I love that for anyone interested.
I went onto Greg's page after he came on here just to listen to him speak. Greatest accent ever.
What?
Greatest accent ever.
I know. Anyone that wants
and
to
he's speaking a little French on his page too. I'm like, Greg.
Yeah, he does English podcasts on our channel, and then he has French podcasts on his channel, and he's an absolute beast. I gotta talk about these boxes quick. This is first off the line from 2017. This right here is, I believe, the first box of first off the line cards ever made. Like not this specific box, but this set, 2017 Prism, and I bought a bunch of them. I remember sitting in class, sophomore year of college, not paying attention, buying boxes of 2017 Prism first off the line for $100 a box. They were $100 a box at the time that they were listed through Panini. And I think I bought a handful, opened one. I remember pulling a Tatum and like a blue of someone else. Oh, Kyle Kuzma Hyper. That was like a $50 card at the time or something like that. And I was like, sweet, I made my money back, $100 box.
That's crazy.
Sold a couple for $200, and now they're like $2,000 boxes. Probably.
Why can't you hold on to one of them so we could rip it?
I mean, dude, don't even.
Let's just buy this one. Buy this one and rip. Easy money back.
No.
Congrats to Markel Fultz 101.
What?
Markel Fultz 101. Money back.
Yeah, right. Markel Fultz 101. Congrats to Max on Maradona, though. Sounds like it went pretty well. It's a decent price, so I'm pleased. Congratulations on that. I hope so, because I got quite a bit of soccer going starting this upcoming Sunday and through multiple Sundays after that, so can't wait for that. There's also some other really nice Pokemon 2005 EX. I love this card of Lugia right here. I had one of these in probably an SGC2 or PSA 2 condition or something like that.
Was it like a childhood card that you had?
No, I didn't collect Pokemon cards when I was younger. I played the Pokemon Pro DS game. I got really into it during 2020-ish or something like that, when I was going through my massive hospital visit times and I couldn't really do anything. I was just watching Pokemon videos from PokeRev and opening up packs and then
PokeRev. Yes, I did also watch some Pokemon videos of PokeRev.
Dude, I started watching PokeRev when he had 20,000 subscribers. And I could not believe how fast he went from 20K to 200K, and then he hit a million plus. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. He was a great guy and had an awesome channel. I haven't watched really anything recently, but back when I had some time versus busy business and was also just laid up, I was totally into watching, and ripping packs is super fun. So it was a good time for sure. But no, I had that type of card. I had a couple other cool ones and stuff like that. All right, so we are 26 seconds away from this bidding window ending. I'm fingers crossed hoping to win this card right now because I'm dying to get this and talk about it. I love a piece of this card. Well, actually, I just love the card, but
I'm trying to think if I can guess what the card is. I have a card in mind, but I don't think it is it. It's definitely not it. If I say it's the yellowish red, but I don't think it's
that. No, I didn't bid on that. I was watching that. I just won it. So this is the Yelich Diamond Icons 2020 patch autograph, numbered out of is this 5? 10. Number out of 10.
You heard me. Did you hear me say Yelich and then you're like, oh, he might guess it?
Yeah, but I knew that. I thought I knew that the red was going to, so I knew that the odds weren't. Oh my gosh, insane catch. Oh my, no, it was a pick. Dude, by the way, this guy's kind of buns, bro. There's no way he's better than Justin Fields. There's just no chance.
Is he? Nah, bro. Justin Fields is real buns, dude.
Dude, this guy, and I know he is not undrafted and stuff, but he threw literally a pick right to the other team. With DJ Moore wasn't even close. It was bad.
What are the stats looking like? He's
20 for 29, 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. 20 for 32. Sorry, no. I back it up. They only have 7 points. 20 for 30, 200 yards and 2 picks. No touchdowns.
Oh, I was like, bro, those stats sound
No. I wouldn't be saying that if that was the case.
Still better than Fields.
All right, back to this card really quick. Christian Yelich, patch autograph. This image is from 2019, and it actually is a game-worn patch where they attribute it to a specific game. So this is from the center of the chest logo where the Brewers is. And I looked up this certification while we were live here, because any certification like this, you can actually look up an MLB authentication, and it'll tell you what game it was from. So this was from 2019. Game worn patch, from August 28th, 2019, when the Brewers beat the Cardinals 4-1. And this was in the midst of like another Yelich MVP like season until he broke his kneecap. But just to own a game worn patch from a time when Yelich was like, I kid you not, he was the best hitter in baseball at the time. People might call me crazy, or even you might just think I'm crazy if you didn't watch baseball in 2018, 2019. There was a time where I felt like I was watching Barry Bonds that wasn't on roids, like reincarnated type of thing. Like every single time he was up to the plate, he was hitting a double or a home run or he's getting walked. It was insane. But yeah, this is a great time as a Brewers fan, and I had to get this just because I love these cards that include the game worn patches with the authentication stickers. Honestly, some of the best cards in the market, in my opinion. And then that Fanatics obviously took it a step further with the debut patches that we just saw getting put out there by Tops and Tops from Update.
Those ones look so sick. I'm looking forward to those.
Dude, the design is excellent too. The white background with like the gold etching and then the debut patch in the middle with like nothing behind it, and then the player and the auto. Oh my gosh, it just focuses on the patch, the autograph, and the player. They're truly amazing cards.
Yeah. Austin Eckler also has 100 receiving yards.
Thank goodness I'm not playing it. So I'm playing against
That's crazy
Keenan Allen right now, and he also had a touchdown Eckler too. But I'm playing against Keenan Allen, who I thought was going to drop like 30 on my team against me, but he has 15 right now. So hopefully he doesn't score too much more because
I don't think he is. It's a blowout. I heard that they're putting in like backups.
Yeah, tomorrow is going to be a very big game for me for my fantasy league. I need Jahmyr Gibbs to outscore Sam Laporta by like, or he just can't get outscored by more than like 4 points or something like that, which I think he will.
Easy.
Yeah, I know. Shea Contenders rookie auto. I have 65. Knick-Knack 1. Congrats on the nice Shea card. I saw that card. Very nice. Shea is an absolute baller. I know he didn't have a great game today, but he's a stud, and I think he's one of the best guards in the NBA. I actually loved him since 2018. Wish I bought more of his cards or had more of them still. But yeah, absolute beast. Hey, what about your boy Tyson Fury looking like kind of a scrub? I've heard.
Yeah, I was in the press box at the football game. Like I was watching it, and I was venting to Aaron about this, but they had this like opening ceremony type concert thing. They brought like 4 artists out in between. So I turned it on after the fight before the main fight, and I'm like, okay, we got plenty of time before the football game. I'm gonna watch this, and then we'll go to the football game. Hour and a half later, I'm still watching because there's these concerts going on, and it still hadn't happened. So I ended up getting to the press box in the football at the football game, and I was watching it, and I was like, I don't think he's gonna win this, and somehow
he got knocked down.
Somehow he won it. I haven't watched. I obviously wasn't watching that closely because I was working, but I'm gonna have to watch the replay. But everybody seems to say that it was a highway robbery. But I could see a little corruption involved because the big fight everybody like they're building up to is Fury against Usyk. So if he had lost, that kind of would have lost all that money and the hype. So
corruption, straight up. When it's all about money and you can like actually pick what the fights are, that's when it's corrupt. Not like you gotta win something to.
And I really like Tyson Fury, but yeah, not a good look. It seems like both Fury brothers might have gotten away with 2 if he wins.
Yeah, so it seems. Quentin Johnson
that guy, Francis Ngannou, he is built. Oh, dude, my God. I have never seen a guy like that.
He's definitely
he is a monster.
Mm-hmm. Do you see the knockout in the other fight? The one before that? The guy like get knocked the guy out within the first like 8 seconds?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was in the fight right before. Dude literally just walks up to the guy's 1-2s him right in the head and knock him out.
Jeez.
Which I feel like is not very common in boxing, right? Like UFC, obviously there's some fast knockouts sometimes, but normally these fights go like all the rounds, right?
No, because
not all of them, but
when you start out swinging that fast, you either 1 get gassed and it doesn't do anything, or 2 you throw the punches and you expose yourself and then you get knocked out.
Yeah, so yeah, not very common, and it was not a very long fight at all. Just to let everyone know, we are into the 1 minute windows. We are into the 1 minute windows, which means that the cards or any item in here will end within a minute if it does not receive another bid. We do have that nasty Bryce Harper going tonight in giveaway. So oh yeah, Nick, next I showed up for a watch party at like 4:30 Eastern time for the fight thing. It was starting like an hour, so boy was I wrong. Yeah, they were mad delaying that.
Dude, I was so mad. It was so annoying. And I went on Twitter too to see like everybody else's reactions, and there's some pretty funny memes. But yeah, I didn't want to watch Becky G. I wanted to watch some fighting.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Champions League final, Liverpool and Real Madrid when Camilla Cabello,
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she was so mad too.
Yeah, everyone's
why
like
is everyone
booing her.
booing me? And I'm like, because maybe they bought tickets for a soccer game.
Well, you know what happened was it was delayed because fans couldn't get into the stadium.
Dude,
But
the
then,
Liverpool fans.
yeah, exactly. So it was delayed, and then instead of just starting the match, they still had her come out and perform, which really delayed it. I just remember people were so mad.
They're like, who's this lady who keeps going up and singing?
Too funny. So we've got in total, there's a little bit more than 24 items in here, but yeah, like I said, big Bryce Harper giveaway. I'm probably gonna start that giveaway. Let's say right now. Let's let this thing rip until 10:05 p.m. Central Time. 3 more minutes here. Drop a number 1 in the chat to be eligible to win, and I'll close off at 10:05 Central Time, and it's a really cool Bryce Harper card from 2018 update. This right here is a full ticket of LeBron James' NBA debut, PSA 4.
Nice. Okay, it's not. I don't know if it's worth that much, but it's nice.
It's cool.
It's one of the tickets that I can actually respect because, like, okay, it was 2004. It's LeBron's debut. It's still around. It's not like a 2020 rookie debut where there's probably like thousands hanging around.
Well, but remember now it's mostly images or whatever you want to call it, digital stuff. So there is less now, but I think now basically you just have to request for it, which also makes it kind of lame because it's like, you can physically just go ask and then get it. But either way, I don't know. But yeah, I mean that's the same price as like an on-card rookie autograph right there, probably. And your boy Patrick Williams is still rolling here.
Wow, that's a nasty card. Is that? There's no way that's game used, right? That's like the period where they started.
There's just, I would say there's probably 0 chance. It's not even associated with a specific player. Not even associated with a specific player, let alone
hashtag worth it.
Yeah, a game. For all we know, that's one of the nice old Walmart jerseys right there. Dick's Sporting
It's so funny. I'm like, if you're gonna use like non-associated, just get the sickest thing possible.
Yeah. Might as well stick logo patches in all of them. I think we're almost at 24 here. Thanks everyone for joining up on the giveaway. Don't forget to drop your number 1 in the chat to make yourself eligible to win that Bryce Harper. But I think we are down to 24 now, Julian. So you better pick something here, and I better pick something too.
I'll go with this Michael Jordan MJ retires.
What, a little cheapy. I think I'm gonna roll with the ticket, honestly. I'm gonna take the ticket and see if the highest price item does it. Sometimes that happens. Not always, but sometimes.
I made sure to choose one that was going to the next window.
What? Oh, you made sure you were on top of it this time?
Yeah.
I'm so fired about this yellow twin. I'm super pumped about that.
Dude, one of these days you should just take your Brewers collection and lay it out somewhere.
I was thinking about that, just taking a massive picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should do that. Oh, I just shipped a couple PC cards home from the vault. I should have just waited until tonight to get that one too. But I guess start the next little load. That Mario Lemieux and Gretzky is still going as well, and this giveaway is closed. Max has always got to give me a little hassle there. You got to drop that number 2.
Well, then, he doesn't get it included. That was for the rules.
Yeah,
you put the wrong number.
You try to trick me, we cut you out. No, I'm just kidding. We
know those Englishmen sometimes struggle to count. So,
did you just try to burn them?
Boom, roasted.
Boom, roasted. Yeah, is your MJ still going, or is that thing in the dump?
It is.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, we both have a couple of the last things remaining here.
Look at my picking skills.
Max, don't insult that Bryce Harper card like that. Otherwise, I'll remove you on purpose.
Oh, and Max had a roast today. Did they dump beans and mushy peas on top of it with some what is it, Z sauce or whatever? What did they say?
I don't remember. I
There was
had an
some.
Julian.
Yeah,
This probably would have killed you with the cheese on it, but I had an absolutely fire. I've never had or actually even heard of this before, which might expose myself. But a Monte Cristo sandwich. Have you ever heard of this?
I've heard of it. I've never had one.
Yeah, so I never heard that. I guess exposed myself, right? Like I said, but French toast that's like dipped in pancake batter, and like fried,
Yeah,
and then inside of it's egg, bacon, ham, and cheese. Dude, that thing slapped. It was so
yeah, I
good.
bet it did. You got diabetes now.
No, dude, that thing was absolutely amazing.
Jordan sold. God,
As Max is over there eating baked beans and mushy peas.
Max says right. I'm gonna make sure the home office doesn't let you in. I'm assuming he means like the people who let people into the country, not like his home office.
All right, let's see what's left here. My ticket's still going. We got a couple
It's
other
left.
things going.
Wow, what a pick! You're good at this. You kind of suck at picking the names, but
Oh, I do.
you have decent at this. It's like we got our specialties.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten that picking the name right, as you've got it right twice now in like 20 episodes.
Yeah. Border Force going to get you, Julian. Nah, English people love me. I love Americans.
Julian thinks that everyone loves him,
Yeah.
especially when he shaves off his mustache and gets all the ladies his numbers.
The mustache. My phone was getting too backed up. I was like, too many texts. I gotta go incognito.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's 6 things left here. I'm gonna rip off this giveaway, or at least I will maybe after. Let's see, where do we have? 30 seconds left. I'll see if it keeps on going here. Otherwise, we'll get this giveaway done. See where the Bryce Harper's going. Oh, Julian, we left out. Mark is saying heart attack sandwich, dude. That thing was just fire. I'm good. I'm here. We're living.
You gotta start walking on that treadmill.
That's true. Oh no, not the ticket. Oh, last second bid.
Dude, there's no way you're paying someone to like do this. There's no way.
Dude, I'm telling you, get
No
a rare
way.
star after thing and it'll go.
No
All
way.
right, here we go. Who's gonna win the Bryce Harper? 1, 2. I gotta get it right. Come on. DJ Quicksilva. I got you, bro. I got you. First time win right here.
I'll go with number 8, Carlo S1, I think it is.
Cindy Kim. Oh my gosh.
Dude, I was thinking about picking that one. I think I picked that one last week. Oh yeah.
DJ, bro.
You suck.
DJ, I condemned you to last place right there. Cindy Kim, though, congrats on winning that awesome Bryce Harper card. I just dropped the email into the chat. And don't forget, you got to click the top right and then go to preferences. And then send an email over with your identity key, which is a super long character string. So please send that over.
Sports
Wow.
Card 7.
Last 2 items. Come on.
Sports Card Professor picked up a 101 for $32. 2019 Panini Flawless Championship Tags Plate Magenta Dirk Nowitzki.
I was reading that and I read up until championship tags. I'm like, that's impossible. And then I read printing play. I'm like, oh, makes sense now. But still pretty cool SCP. Very nice.
Max, my influencer card, all I need is the Aaron Nowak influencer card. Most expensive card in my collection. I hold it near and dear. I have to go get it now.
At least you didn't try to sell it as soon as you bought it. Max sold mine as the one of me as soon as he bought it.
Yeah, what a chump.
Not a real friend. Let's see here. Will this LeBron get another bid in the next 16 seconds? Otherwise, I'll take a narrow L. So $3,600.
My prized possession.
That's a nice one right there.
Hit me up at Slabstocks Julian if you want to play some bids on this.
Ooh, LeBron ticket gets another bid. We're hanging out for another minute.
Real music. What's the pop? 1 of 1, baby.
Max is trying to roast you for having Manchester United cards.
Yeah, well, they're better than Chelsea ones.
Got him.
Boom, roasted.
Kidding. What a boom roast. This
I actually can't. I can't even chirp Max that much because when he has like some booty Chelsea cards, he just sells them to Aaron for way too much.
that has happened. Hey, at least I made money a couple of them and then kept a couple of others. Others will probably lose money on. This is a Wonder Woman with on the back is Wanda the Witch and Babe Ruth. That's such a random
Dynamic
card.
duo.
$575. Is this LeBron ticket cooked?
Nah, it's gonna get like a bid right now or something. Somehow.
I think it did.
Dude, what the?
Wait, what happened here? Oh,
Bro,
still
there's no
going.
way, dude. How? Anytime I've come like he done one that's over $1,000, it always goes right away.
Bro, I need DJ Moore to get some more targets here. I know this game's winding down, but I need a couple more fantasy points.
If this card gets another last second bid, I'm leaving.
This PSA 9 keeps on getting bids. It's the highest one graded. Julian just exit the chat. Alex. Who's getting close?
Where were these bidders before 10-10?
Oh, it instant. Wait. No. But don't forget. Oh, dude, I'm not going to win this, though. This one keeps on getting a bid. Don't forget, if they both end at the same time, I still dub.
No. Doesn't count. It's got to be straight out.
Yes, it does. No, that's the rules.
Straight out.
No, we already know that's been the rules for forever here. Don't walk in and try to switch the rules.
I wrote the rules. That's not part of the rules.
Game over. Keenan Allen just recovered an onside kick.
They still have Keenan Allen in.
It was not an onside kick.
Still.
Yeah, but I mean they're up by like.
Yeah, like if they get the ball back, it's fine.
Yeah,
Some dude goes
doesn't really matter.
Keenan Allen.
They're up by 3 scores.
Oh, I was waiting for Jay to hit me up on what he was bidding on. I'm bidding on the Babe Ruth, so there's some room.
I'm done. I'm cooked right here. I'm cooked.
And then Jerry says, Julian, you need the mustache back. That's where all the good luck came from. Hey, don't worry. It'll go back quite fast. If
I lost. I accept it. It was a good run, LeBron ticket. You got up to $5,000. Okay, stop it. Your card always gets eliminated like the first thing. You have no room to talk, sir.
There's only one winner. We're all losers.
All right. Well, that does it for the show this week. I hope everyone.
No, he did not. That card, I still see it every show.
Not yet, Max. I'm waiting for Carney to come back from injury, and then he'll score 10 goals this season, and then he'll move.
Oh yeah.
Kidding. But I appreciate everyone coming to the show tonight. Always means a lot. And Jay said he's trying to get a deal on that one. Well, we'll see, Jay. Good luck on that. I'm happy with the card I got tonight. Nice Christian Yelich, Diamond Icons, Game Worn Patch autograph. Love it. And Julian, appreciate the Who We Buying segment tonight.
Yes, sir.
Always. And thanks everyone for coming. We'll see you all next week, 9:45 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday night for another Slab Stock Sundays episode.